Hi there guys, today I'm gonna change the ETM throttle position sensor for a modified aftermarket part. This is a typical Volvo ETM from guys, so I got like a blade. I'm just gonna cut that open here along the lines, cut the silicone, trying to push it back, the silicone, to get out of the roll. Just like that. Cutting it 2-3 times and then pushing it out. So as you can see, I got most of the glue out, and then I found a tool that is thick enough to stick it in, but also hard enough not to bend. Could be a screwdriver or something. I find this one is quite fit, so I'll try to do this and then slowly try to pry it out. So okay, let's have a look. As you can see, it starts to crisp, and then I just twist it a little to lift it up, and then just go around. It's going nicely. Then I can just use my hand, but you just press it a little and just shape it with your fingers, and then just you can use your hands to put it back in shape. It's very easy, very pliable. Just take your time and gently make it straight, and then check it. Yep. It's almost perfect. Unscrew the sensor, very easy, just 4 screws. So again, I use my trusty table knife, just pry it up. Yeah, just like that, very simple. Nothing you have to worry about. This all will be changed, just like. Okay, so this is the new sensor. It's got a wire, like I told you. And what's the difference? It uses a contactless Hall sensor. So what the difficulty of this modification is that the original sensor, the shaft was going through it, and you can see there's a hole for the shaft, whereas the new one don't have a hole. There is a small small chip inside to control the output, and you have to cut it just above the nut. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do that. So I'm using just a simple Dremel with a metal cutting disc, and then we can have a look here. I'm already halfway. Okay, sorry, cannot see this clearly. Maybe from that side, yes. From this I can see. I'm almost done with it, yeah. Just above the nut. Yeah. So, let's get on with it. Hard to do with one hand. We are done. Took about a minute to do it. Easy peasy, yeah? Oh, that's shit. Should look just like that, just about. Yeah. Then you can test fit for all the clearances. Just put the wire inside. Mine seems to fit well, and that's it. Now all we have to do is screw the magnet and solder the connections. I took out the nut. In case not to break anything, because it sits quite tight, I put some piece of wood to block it at the flap, and took it off. Then what we're gonna do is fit the magnet on it. Yep, fits very nice and snug. Screw it. Don't need to go hard on this. The magnet is really strong, holds everything in place. I just hand tighten it, but it's like crazy. I just use this, and now I'm gonna just add just a little pressure, not too much, nothing silly. Yeah, just doing this one-handedly, and that's it. Job done. Hand tight. That's it. Yep. If you want, you can add a little Loctite in there, but I don't think they need the magnet. Will keep the screw in place, and magnet by itself holds in place. So I'm gonna add this one and see you in a minute when soldering. It's screwed back already. I'm just checking if there's no rubbing against the magnet. It works very nice. My body needs also a little cleaning because the flap is gently sticking to the body. After I finish, I'll use some carburetor cleaner to clean off all the gunk. And now I'm gonna take my soldering iron and solder all the connections. Oh, before I do that, broken. Before I do that, I have to take this gunk out, and that's pretty hard, believe me. I mean, it's like cutting it even is difficult, but there's no need to be very gentle about this. The connections are quite solid, so you can be quite rough with this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'll cut it out. If you have any better idea how to do that, just let me know in the comments. Thanks. I'm gonna get on with it. Okay, so finally got it more or less. Relatively satisfied with that, because what we need is only the second pin from the left, which is this one. There are 5 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what we need is the second pin, which is the signal one, and we need to disconnect those 2 pins from, we have to disconnect them, and then we're gonna solder our wire to this side, not that side, this side, right? Okay, I have connected the soldering iron. Let it heat up. In the meantime, I put some wire brush on the Dremel. I'm gonna clean the cap and the area around here. Oh, and I already disconnected the wires. So I'm gonna solder to the computer side, not ETM side, not the sensor side. So that's cleaned, ready for after I finish soldering, which I'm gonna do now. Just gonna touch here and add some solder in between those joints. Easy peasy. 1, 2, 3, and then one over here. Well, that's it. Don't know if you can see it clearly. It's too dark, maybe. I just put, they were already touching when I put them inside, so I just put some solder in there, and then the wire coming from here to there, solder very nicely, and that's it. Just gonna wire it so it doesn't obstruct anything, and gonna test fit it and check if the car works. If it works, I'll put the silicone everywhere and done. Voila. Yeah, I just came back from a test drive. Everything works okay. The car is working again. Before it was stalling when adding speed at about 3000 RPMs. It was stalling and didn't want to go. Was thinking whether it want to go or doesn't want to go. Now everything works fine. Seems even the automatic transmission works a little better, because now the ETM's measurements are accurate, so everything is great. Now I'm gonna fill in the gaps so there's no moisture that could trap in here and shortcut anything, and then I'm gonna seal off the cap. That's it. I'm gonna do that now, and that's it. You can have a look. Seal off and ready to roll. Now I don't have a time, but I'll try to dismantle this to show you what's the failure with those. In the meantime, this one goes on the car, and happy driving. Cheers guys.